Welcome back to Bloom. Auto accidents can be very serious, especially if injuries are involved. It's important to seek care. And joining us now with some helpful facts is chiropractic physician Dr. James Strubbe of Disc and Spine Care Center. Welcome to Bloom, doctor.
Thank you. It's nice to be here.
It's nice to have you. So, doctor, can low speed impacts cause injury?
Absolutely. Actually, about 60% of all injuries related to automobile accidents take place at 12 miles an hour or less. So yes, very much so. Low speed impacts are the major cause of injury in automobile accidents. The way the physics play out, it's just not good for occupants of a car if it's a low speed impact, especially if it's a rear end collision. You're much more likely to be injured in a rear end collision than you would be in a front end collision.
Yeah, I remember being in a car accident with my mom when I was younger, and hearing for the first time whiplash, that experience. What happens in whiplash?
Well, it's actually kind of a complicated series of events, but essentially it is damage to connective tissue generally. And if a car is impacted from the rear, the car that is impacted is immediately shoved forward very quickly. The occupants of that car, a body at rest wants to stay at rest, so they are rocked backwards in their seat and their head will hyperextend over the back of the seat. That compresses and crushes things in the back of your neck. It stretches and tears things in the front of your neck. The seat is bending back as they are being pushed back. An instant later, that seat springs forward. Now they're being thrown forward very violently, stretching and tearing things in the back of their neck, compressing and crushing things in the front. So you get both. You get the negative effects of going too far backwards and too far forwards. And it happens in less than a second, about a half a second actually.
Wow, I did not realize.
It happens so quickly that almost everyone never remembers being thrown backwards. They sort of remember going forwards if they remember that.
That's so interesting. So what do people experience when they go through whiplash?
Well, it could be a host of things. Generally, the most common complaint would be neck pain, and 92% of the people complain of neck pain. But then there's upper back pain, shoulder pain, headaches, dizziness, even things like blurred vision, trouble sleeping, and low back pain. And that sounds sort of counterintuitive because you think, okay, I'm sitting down, why would my low back be injured? The neck and the low back are the two areas of the spine with the greatest mobility. And having that mobility puts them at a little bit greater risk because of that mobility. They're able to move, and they can move too far or too fast.
So how do you treat patients once they've experienced whiplash?
Well, the first thing that would need to be done is a good evaluation so that you've got a reasonable idea of exactly what's happened. And oftentimes rest is very appropriate. Medications can be appropriate. The kinds of things that would be done in my office would be massage, gentle traction, physical therapy, home exercises. As a chiropractor, I do adjusting and manipulation. That's not the answer for everyone's problems. That would need to be determined to be a good course of action, but that would be an option. So there's a number of ways of going about treating an injury from an automobile accident.
Well, I'm a big believer in what you do. It's helped me a lot through my health journey, so we really appreciate you joining us on Bloom today.
Well, it's been my pleasure, and have a good day.
You too. And if you want to check out, the website to go to is Dr. Strubbe in Pinellas Park. You can call the Disc and Spine Care Center today for an appointment. The number is right there on your screen, 727-541-6800, or visit drjamesstrubbe.com. We will be back with more Bloom right after this.